Jigsaw puzzle on repeat. Speed is key, gotta move fast. Put those pieces in their perfect spots. Adrenaline rush, hearts pounding loud. Every second counts, we gotta wow the crowd. Fingers flying, hands on fire. We're the kings and queens of this puzzling empire. Puzzled hearts, we're in this together. Filling in the pieces, bringing joy forever. Puzzled hearts will solve the mystery. Piece by piece, our love for puzzles is real. Piece by piece, our love for puzzles is real. Piece by piece, we compete. Jigsaw puzzle on repeat. Speed is key, gotta move fast. Put those pieces in a perfect spot. Adrenaline rush, hearts pounding loud. Every second counts, we gotta wow the crowd. Fingers flying, hands on fire, hands on fire. We're the kings and queens of this puzzling empire. Puzzled hearts, we're in this together. Filling in the pieces, bringing joy forever. Puzzled hearts will solve the mystery. Piece by piece, our love for puzzles is real. Piece by piece, our love for puzzles is real. Piece by piece, we compete. Jigsaw puzzle on repeat. Speed is key, gotta move fast. Put those pieces in the perfect spots. Puzzled hearts, we're in this together. Filling in the piece by piece, our love for puzzles is real. Piece by piece, we compete. Jigsaw puzzle on repeat. Speed is key, gotta move fast. Put those pieces in their perfect spots. Adrenaline rush, hearts pounding loud. Every second counts, we gotta wow the crowd. Fingers flying, hands on fire. We're the kings and queens of this puzzling empire. Puzzled hearts, we're in this together. Filling in the pieces, bringing joy forever. Puzzled hearts will solve the mystery. Piece by piece, our love for puzzles is real. Piece by piece, our love for puzzles is real. Piece by piece, we compete. Jigsaw puzzle on repeat. Speed is key, gotta move fast. Put those pieces in a perfect spot. Adrenaline rush, hearts pounding loud. Every second counts, we gotta wow the crowd. Fingers flying, hands on fire, hands on fire. We're the kings and queens of this puzzling empire. Puzzled hearts, we're in this together. Filling in the pieces, bringing joy forever. Puzzled hearts will solve the mystery. Piece by piece, our love for puzzles is real. Piece by piece, our love for puzzles is real. Piece by piece, we compete. Jigsaw puzzle on repeat. Speed is key, gotta move fast. Put those pieces in the perfect spots. Puzzled hearts, we're in this together. Filling in the piece by piece, our love for puzzles is real. Jigsaw puzzle on repeat. Speed is key, gotta move fast. Put those pieces in their perfect spots. Adrenaline rush, hearts pounding loud. Every second counts, we gotta wow the crowd. Fingers flying, hands on fire. We're the kings and queens of this puzzling empire. Puzzled hearts, we're in this together. Filling in the pieces, bringing joy forever. Puzzled hearts will solve the mystery. Piece by piece, our love for puzzles is real. Piece by piece, our love for puzzles is real. Piece by piece, we compete. Jigsaw puzzle on repeat. Speed is key, gotta move fast. Put those pieces in a perfect spot. Adrenaline rush, hearts pounding loud. Every second counts, we gotta wow the crowd. Fingers flying, hands on fire, hands on fire. We're the kings and queens of this puzzling empire. Puzzled hearts, we're in this together. Filling in the pieces, bringing joy forever. Puzzled hearts will solve the mystery. Piece by piece, our love for puzzles is real. Piece by piece, our love for puzzles is real. Piece by piece, we compete. Jigsaw puzzle on repeat. Speed is key, gotta move fast. Put those pieces in the perfect spots. Puzzled hearts, we're in this together. Feeling it piece by piece, our love for puzzles is real. Piece by piece, we compete. Jigsaw puzzle on repeat. Speed is key, gotta move fast. Put those pieces in their perfect spots. Adrenaline rush, hearts pounding loud. Every second counts, we gotta wow the crowd. Fingers flying, hands on fire. We're the kings and queens of this puzzling empire. Puzzled hearts, we're in this together. Filling in the pieces, bringing joy forever. Puzzled hearts will solve the mystery. Piece by piece, our love for puzzles is real. Piece by piece, our love for puzzles is real. Piece by piece, we compete. Jigsaw puzzle on repeat. Speed is key, gotta move fast. Put those pieces in a perfect spot. Adrenaline rush, hearts pounding loud. Every second counts, we gotta wow the crowd. Fingers flying, hands on fire, hands on fire. We're the kings and queens of this puzzling empire. Puzzled hearts, we're in this together. Filling in the pieces, bringing joy forever. Puzzled hearts will solve the mystery. Piece by piece, our love for puzzles is real. Piece by piece, our love for puzzles is real. Piece by piece, we compete. Jigsaw puzzle on repeat. Speed is key, gotta move fast. Put those pieces in the perfect spots. Puzzled hearts, we're in this together. Feeling it piece by piece, our love for puzzles is real. Jigsaw puzzle on repeat. Speed is key, gotta move fast. Put those pieces in their perfect spots. Adrenaline rush, hearts pounding loud. Every second counts, we gotta wow the crowd. Fingers flying, hands on fire. We're the kings and queens of this puzzling empire. Puzzled hearts, we're in this together. Filling in the pieces, bringing joy forever. Puzzled hearts will solve the mystery. Piece by piece, our love for puzzles is real. Piece by piece, our love for puzzles is real. Piece by piece, we compete. Jigsaw puzzle on repeat. Speed is key, gotta move fast. Put those pieces in a perfect spot. Adrenaline rush, hearts pounding loud. Every second counts, we gotta wow the crowd. Fingers flying, hands on fire, hands on fire. We're the kings and queens of this puzzling empire. Puzzled hearts, we're in this together. Filling in the pieces, bringing joy forever. Puzzled hearts will solve the mystery. Piece by piece, our love for puzzles is real. Piece by piece, our love for puzzles is real. Piece by piece, we compete. Jigsaw puzzle on repeat. Speed is key, gotta move fast. Put those pieces in the perfect spots. Puzzled hearts, we're in this together. Filling in the piece by piece, our love for puzzles is real. Piece by piece, we compete. Jigsaw puzzle on repeat. Speed is key, gotta move fast. Put those pieces in their perfect spots. Adrenaline rush, hearts pounding loud. Every second counts, we gotta wow the crowd. Fingers flying, hands on fire. We're the kings and queens of this puzzling empire. Puzzled hearts, we're in this together. Filling in the pieces, bringing joy forever. Puzzled hearts will solve the mystery. Piece by piece, our love for puzzles is real. Piece by piece, our love for puzzles is real. Piece by piece, we compete. Jigsaw puzzle on repeat. Speed is key, gotta move fast. Put those pieces in a perfect spot. Adrenaline rush, hearts pounding loud. Every second counts, we gotta wow the crowd. Fingers flying, hands on fire, hands on fire. We're the kings and queens of this puzzling empire. Puzzled hearts, we're in this together. Filling in the pieces, bringing joy forever. Puzzled hearts will solve the mystery. Piece by piece, our love.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to today's online speed puzzling competition, the Euro Jigsaw Jam number 14. So, I'm your host tonight, Michelle Casper, and soon I will introduce the others that are assisting me tonight. So tonight we have a bit of a twist. I will have some special instructions, but of course I'll wait till we have more people there before I give the instructions. We still have another 20 or so people to join in. So I'm going to put Frucy and Ingrid on the screen. And Frucy, you can go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi, everyone. I'm Frusi, and I'm going to be your co-host today. Yeah, I'm originally from Hungary, but I actually live in Germany now. And I'm one of those people that got into speed puzzling this year. And I'm working towards the World Championships, and I'm in the vicious circle of somewhere around 50 minutes always, but never getting it lower than that. So that's basically what I'm working on at the moment. Yes, otherwise I have started going to a couple of competitions, so there are already some people that I have met. And we have also been chatting on Instagram, so there's some familiar faces already, and I'm really excited to see you puzzle today.
All right, yeah, no, great to have you here. And yeah, you were in Hungary recently, and you also went to the national competition there.
Exactly, I was there, and that was a pretty exciting experience. That was something very different. I can tell you a little bit more about that later.
Great. All right, and Ingrid, would you like to introduce yourself to everyone tonight?
Hello, I am Ingrid, and I started my puzzling journey like last year in June or something, and I learned about speed puzzling when the World Jigsaw Championship was in 2023, and then I started trying to speed puzzle. I'm not a very good speed puzzle, but yeah, I am working on that. We'll get there. Yeah, I participate in some Euro Jigsaw Jam, and I have a lot of fun. And today I will be helping in the background. So I hope you will all enjoy this experience because it's a very fun one. So happy puzzling and good luck to everybody.
And you have a special puzzling project, Ingrid, because you have a YouTube channel. Tell us about that.
Yeah, I also started a YouTube channel when I started my puzzling journey, and it's kind of fun because I enjoy watching puzzle videos and time lapses, and it's very interesting to see how you finish the puzzle because when you are actually doing the puzzle, you can't see the whole picture. You are concentrating one little part of it, and after you are finished with it, and you watch your video, it's like, wow, that's how it all comes together. It's a bigger picture. It's something different.
Yeah.
So yeah, I enjoy doing that.
Yeah, no, I've seen a couple of your videos and I saw that you also got a big piece puzzle. You'd also like larger piece puzzles too. Like, aren't you working on a 5,000 piece puzzle at the moment?
Not exactly. I'm working on a 30,000 piece
Oh,
puzzle.
okay, much bigger.
Yeah, if I actually, it's my first one, and yeah, it's quite a challenge, but we'll see. I hope to finish it this year, but I don't think so. But we'll see about that.
And can you tell us the name and the brand of that 30,000 piece puzzle?
The brand is 12, and the name is Twilight. No, Ultimate Saga Marvel something. I'm not. I don't know the name. It's
Okay,
with Avengers.
okay. Great. Yeah, so speed puzzling and also large puzzles. Great. So,
Yeah.
well, thanks for joining us. And I'm just going to switch now to check that everyone's ready for the competition. So we'll see you later. Thank you. Okay, so we'll be ready to go in about 7 minutes. So I'm just going to check who has extra devices. So I'm expecting 78 people today, so it's a bit overwhelming to think that we have so many people. I hope we manage it all. So yeah, if you have a second device, if you're connected with 2 devices, please write that. Or if you have a different name to what you've registered with.
Is it fine? I just wrote my name in the comment. Is it fine? Or do I have to change something. I cannot change my name in this Google.
That's okay. Once you log in, you can't change your name, but I can see, yeah, that's exactly right. Just write it as a comment, and we have that there.
Perfect, thank you.
In the meantime, I can already tell you that there's a lot of guesses about what this puzzle will be. It has already been said that it has been pretty much of a surprise. It's heavier and larger than what it has so far been. I have seen some guesses already, including Treffer or Gibson's. So there's guessing going on YouTube already. And very soon we're going to find out what it actually is. And as Michelle has already said once, there's going to be a surprise instruction later on for everyone, but we're still waiting on the rest of the people to join, and we're checking if everybody's there so that you can get that surprise instruction very soon. So this is going to be slightly special this time.
Okay, so that's interesting. Someone says that Gibson's has some thick pieces that could add weight. Yeah, so I guess there's 3 options for today's puzzle, because it is as large and as heavy as a 1,000 piece puzzle. So it could be a 1,000 piece puzzle. It could be a 500 piece puzzle with double size pieces or extra large, extra heavy pieces. Or it could be 2 times 500 piece puzzles. So all shall be revealed in the next few minutes. And Shannon said that Gibson's has extra thick pieces. Okay, I know there are a few brands that have they have larger pieces, but extra thick. That's interesting. And there's also lots of support coming through for everyone. Good luck to everyone from all around the world where people are watching, from Brazil and around Europe, also the USA. So somebody asked, is anybody streaming today? Not that I know of. Madara, are you streaming on your, what's it called, Twitch?
She says in the chat that she has caught something and feeling a little ill. She's trying to participate, but then she's probably not filming.
Okay. So you'll have to tell me how to say your name correctly, because I always read it as Frushi. Can you say
that is actually correct. It's Fruji.
Frushi, okay.
Basically, the Z and S next to each other in Hungarian is like a je in French, is what I can the most easily explain. So it's Fruji.
Fruji. Okay, good to know. Yeah, I feel like every event I'm always pronouncing some names wrong, but I'm doing my best. I'm learning. Okay, so we have 78 people registered plus 6 extra connections, so we should have 84 people. We're almost there. Yeah, I just have some special instructions about today, and I don't want anyone to miss that, so I'll just wait another couple of minutes before I start.
In the meantime, to answer the question, Madara is streaming on Twitch to answer the previous question on YouTube. She just wrote in the chat. There is more and more people coming up with the 2 500-piece puzzles idea. I have heard that from others. leading up to the competition as well, but now in the chat as well. So yes, that would also be pretty much of a surprise.
So the question is, if I did send you two 500-piece puzzles, why and what would we do with the second puzzle? Maybe you have some ideas.
Probably just to fool everyone.
Okay, so we are at 7 o'clock, so I think we'll go ahead and start. So you may unwrap the puzzle and also remove the plastic. So it is in fact two 500-piece puzzles. But we are only doing one of them. Don't worry. I did get a question from someone, is this going to be a 1,000-piece puzzle? And somebody already asked, somebody wrote to me and asked if it would be an extra large piece puzzle, but it's regular size, it's a 500-piece puzzle, and it's going to be one of them. So I'm just going to put myself up on the screen that everyone has a better idea. Okay, so this is Falcon brand, and they often do sets of two 500-piece puzzles. We will only be doing one of these tonight. It's called Camping and Caravan. So above we have camping with tents, and the lower one is caravaning with caravans. They do look very similar at the first glance. So I couldn't decide which one to do, and I kept switching my mind about which one we were going to do tonight. So I'm going to throw this over to Fruzi. You can pick which one we will do tonight. I'll just explain a little bit. Camping above has less sky, but has a river running through it and a bit more of a bushy background. And Caravaning has a larger sky section. Other than that, they're kind of similar in terms of number of objects, number of people, and yeah. So which one would you like us to do tonight?
That is actually a huge bit of responsibility that you just threw onto me. The thing is, like, I'm going to go personal here. We really want to have a caravan with my husband, so I'm going to vote for the caravans at this time.
Okay. All right. So everyone, open up your box. You will have 2 bags of puzzles there, and they will be labeled. They have a little picture. They have pictures on front of them, and they also have numbers. This is just a resealable bag, so that one's not the original bag, because my original bag, I ripped it up. I ripped it so quickly that I ended up ripping the bag and the little picture as well. So for example, this one here is got A on it. There's a number, and then there's a letter A. Option A is a tent, is camping. We don't want this one. Take this one and put it somewhere else. Alan, you can give yours to Eric, and he can puzzle that in the background. But you want the picture. You want option B, which has caravans on it, and we are doing. There's a double-sided poster in there. No, that's the wrong one. We're doing caravans tonight. So take the other puzzle, take the one with tents on it, and put it far away. When you're ready, put the correct bag back in the box and the poster, and put the lid on. Okay, I'm just going to write a message there in the chat, just in case we have some latecomers.
I already did that.
Okay,
it has already been added to the chat.
Okay, good. So it's bag number B then. All right. Then let's get ready to count down. Okay. So counting, so everyone has the box back on their table. Going to count down. Okay, there's still somebody putting it away. Benna's screen is frozen. Okay, there she goes. So we only want the correct bag in there. The bag number B with a picture of a caravan on it. Yeah, Elizabeth, put it back in the box. Put the lid on. Sorry, it's a bit more complicated this time. But I hope everyone has the right bag. Okay, I think we're all ready to go. Counting down in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Carolyn, you can start. Carolyn Krzyzewski, do you have an issue? So I'm going to start by going through and putting everyone alphabetically on the screen. So since we have since we have so many, I'm going to put 6 on the screen at a time, just so that we get through more people.
So leading up to the countdown, I have actually seen that many people were staring at the images very closely. As you could all see, this is a pretty busy image, both of them, but with different details. So it is going to be pretty exciting to see who solves the puzzle with what strategy. We can already see some people doing very thorough sorting while they're flipping. There are some who just flipping so far. So this is going to be an exciting one. These busy puzzles are usually very divisive between people. Either people love them or hate them. I'm one who actually enjoys them very much. So there's always something to do, and you always get to have a piece that you can recognize where it goes, but it also can lead to a little bit of chaos. At least when I do something like this, I usually notice that all of a sudden I just create piles everywhere and turn into a pretty much of a chaos. But yes, that is the excitement of the entire thing. So there are some people who can handle these really well, and there are some who struggle. And we're going to see. In the meantime, in the YouTube comments, you can also tell us what you are planning, what you think is going to be the best time, who's going to win. You can also speculate top 10. So yes, you can fire away in the comments while we're watching everyone working.
Yeah, and I just want to make the point, the poster is double-sided, so I actually found using the box a bit confusing, just because I kept seeing both images at the same time. So you may prefer just to put the box lid away and just use the poster instead. So just to confirm, we are doing the caravans. That was the bag with B on it, and just put a close-up image. In a moment, I'll just put that up on the screen. At the moment, we have Adriana from Poland, Amka from Germany, Amy from the UK, Andrea from the US, Annalise from Belgium, and Arcadius from Poland. Now, Andrea is working in double time there. Her hands are moving so quickly, and she's the highest ranking American at the World Championships last year. She came in fourth overall, which is an amazing result. And she also did really well at the Nationals. So I'm glad to have a better view of her tonight. So I'm going to just leave her up on the screen a bit longer, and I'll go see what others are doing.
In the meantime, there was a question if this is a ribbon cut. I'm not entirely sure. I can't really see it from the images. So Michelle, you might be able to answer that question.
Yeah, so this is just a ribbon cut, so just quite regular. There you can see a close-up of Andrea's pieces, but they do have it is a really nice cut. So you do have a wide variety of shapes of the knobs, and I didn't have any false fits with this one. It went really smoothly, and I think the quality is really great. So the brand is Falcon, and Falcon is a sub-brand of Jumbo from the Netherlands. So if you've done a Vazjig or a Jumbo puzzle, you'll be used to the quality. So here we have Astrid from Denmark, Aurora from Denmark, no, sorry, Norway. Yes, Aurora from Norway, Benjamin from the UK, Carolyn from Germany, and Charlotte from the Netherlands. So Charlotte is one of our youngest participants tonight. We have 2 teenagers joining us. Charlotte Reitzema, and I'm assuming it's her sister as well, Matilda Reitzema, both aged 12 to 19 years and representing the Netherlands. Okay. So at 5 minutes, Andrea is already building the border, as is Charlotte. And others are still sorting. I'll just give you a close-up of the image again, since that intro was a bit confusing.
From what I can see on the images, a lot of people are starting with the sky in this case. The majority of the images that I see at the moment have jumped onto the sky, which is a pretty large part compared to everything else. So that is one strategy that I'm seeing so far. I can't really see anyone who's doing just the edge at the moment.
So it's just this image, it's just kind of like the perfect days of summer. Everyone's happy, there's dogs playing, kids in the pool, picnic baskets, reading in a deck chair, just all the good vibes of summer. Even somebody, there's some kites in the background. And there's like a tiny little castle here in the background, cherry trees, also blossoms, just an all-round good summer vibe. So let's check in with Chiara from Italy, Claudia from Germany, Daniela from Germany, Danica from the Netherlands, and Elizabeth from Germany. So tonight we have 22 countries represented, and the largest contingent, so after I made my post, then we received another 20 registrations. So we have the largest contingent is 18 participants from Germany, followed by 8 participants from Finland, 8 participants from the Netherlands, 7 from Denmark, and 5 from Poland.
People in the comments are very optimistic about what times we're going to see. And everyone is anticipating quite a good time on this one for everyone. The one guess that I have seen is 43 minutes. There's another one with 39. It will be interesting to see if someone goes under 40 on this one.
I think a sub 40 time is quite realistic. So this was the first puzzle that I did where I got under an hour on my first attempt. I did this one in 56 minutes and 9 seconds. So if I can do it in 56 minutes, then you can minus 15 minutes or minus 18, 20 minutes to get the winning time.
We also have some super fast people on today. So we know from experience that they are pretty fast. And usually a puzzle like this, which is like, it has pretty well distinguishable parts. So it can go pretty fast.
Yeah, so it's interesting. Claudia is starting with the sky.
Kiara is also working on the sky as far as I can see. I only see like a small image for her as well. There's Claudia as well.
Well, it is kind of the only color that really stands out. When you tip out the pieces, there's a lot of green with all kind of busy, colorful details on them. So it is easy to sort out the sky. And the sky is not huge. It's very manageable.
From what I could also see, the caravans might also be standing out, at least the pieces that I can see. I don't have the puzzle in front of me. So the pieces that I can see on other people's images, like the whites, also jump out a little bit, but those might be a little bit more difficult to distinguish of which caravan it belongs to, because there's multiple of them. So there might be a little bit of a challenge to place what goes where.
So I'm leaving Kiara on the screen for a bit longer. So joining us is Eliska from the Czech Republic. It looks like she's doing that at a low coffee table. And then we have Alan from the Netherlands. Possibly Eric is at the other end of the table doing the camping puzzle. Then we have Elodie from France and Emilia Korhonen from Finland. And it looks like Emilia has also started with the sky. So looks quite similar between Emilia and Kiara. They've both started with the top edge and have done the sky section. Whereas Andrea is skimming through and picking up different pieces and placing them in the middle of the
It seems to me
surface.
like the strategy is what Andrea is doing is that she already has most of the frame, and it might be that she's placing like specific pieces to where they might be in the image. And that's basically a wild guess.
So something that I did, so I did this a couple of months ago, and then actually we were camping on the weekend, and I thought, oh, this is the perfect time to do my camping and caravaning puzzles again. So it was quite funny because we were surrounded by, yeah, tents and caravans. And when I did this puzzle for the second time, after doing the border and separating out the sky, I focused on faces because there's actually quite a lot of, well, faces and body parts. So one option could be to just look for anything that looks like a face or a body and try and build out the people. Or there's a tree line in there, or you have like a row of caravans with wheels and windows and doors, which can also be sorted out. So let's check in on Amelia Lieberman. And yeah, I have to say she was correct again in her guess of the brand. I didn't get to see what she thought of as the image, but probably she was guessing a summary theme.
I remember that at one point she was also saying 2 500-piece puzzles. So there she was correct as well.
Yeah, there's actually quite a contrast because next week's puzzle is the smallest box we've ever had. So between number 14 and number 15, it just shows such a variety of box sizes. Oh yes, and Jessie is actually camping right now, so she's actually set up a little puzzle station using a camping table and a tarp for some shade. So she'll be right in the zone right now.
Yeah, she is in the perfect setting. I have also seen that on Instagram that she has set up and that she is camping at the moment. So it is really the perfect setup at the moment, very much in the mood.
So here we have Finna from Belgium, Hannah from Finland, and Inga from Germany. And Hannah posted that she's got 14 family and friends watching her tonight. Yeah, so it looks like Andrea is working on the caravans, like working on the building little blocks of caravans.
Yeah, it looks like she's going from the center to the outside, kind of placing everything going by the details. And meanwhile, Kiara is already done with the sky, and it seems like she's building the bottom at the moment, putting together the bottom edge. And then Amelia also seems like she has a majority of the frame, and she's also placing some pieces that seem to be like relevant either to the frame or to some details, maybe. It's hard to see from here.
If someone who is at Hannah's house, could you just move the camera a bit further away? Oh yeah. Oh, that's better. Thanks, Hannah. Good. There we go. Yeah, we have so many top puzzlers tonight, so I'm going to yeah. So a lot of people to get through. Let's check in on Inga, Irina, Iris, Eva, Jana, and Jenny. So Inga from the Netherlands, Irina from Germany, Iris from Germany, Eva from Czech Republic, Jana from Latvia, and Jenny from Finland. So Iris has also done the top sky section. And it looks like Eva is building within the puzzle pieces, within the flipped pieces. So it's, yeah, it looks like it'd be a bit hard to find some space within that.
Yes, it does seem like there are some people who are struggling with space. There's obviously, since everyone is in a different setting, we can see that they have a different amount of space that they have. Yeah, some are very, very organized with the pieces just in one direction or one side of the puzzle where they are building. And there are some people who are, yeah, embracing the chaos is what I call it. This is unfortunately what I do as well. And it sometimes works against me.
Yeah, it looks like Jenny is outside right now. So let's check in on Jessie and her camp setup. So there we go, Jessie outside. So she said she put up some cloth just in case it rains. And she hopes that the pieces don't blow away, and she hopes she doesn't get stung by a bee. Well, I actually was puzzling this weekend when I was camping, and my problem was I set up a nice space. So we had a caddy van and with a mattress in it, and I brought a puzzle board with me. So it was basically at standing height. So I basically had a standing table at the back of the car, and it was perfect for the first hour. And then the sun moved, the sun started to set, and the sun came at such a sharp angle and was so hot. I was just burning. I could feel the back of my neck burning. And then the angle was so bright that it was causing so much glare, and I had to move from that position. And then because we didn't have any tables or chairs, I ended up doing the rest on my knees, and yeah, my legs were going numb. So that was an added challenge.
Yeah, it is. It can be quite challenging to be outside, actually. The way my puzzle setup is, sometimes I have a camping table that I carry around in the apartment. So it is basically like camping. It is a camping table I use for puzzling, and it's, to be honest, not very comfortable because it's a little bit wobbly. But at least it can be easily moved when the sun moves, because with outdoor puzzling, especially if someone is not that horribly quick, it can happen that, yeah, all of a sudden the sun is in a different angle and it's no longer comfortable. I had the same problem before. I haven't puzzled while I was camping, but I have been doing some arts and crafts that I do from time to time, and that as well is just like all of a sudden the sun is just glaring into your eye. That is pretty difficult.
But that's a good idea, though. If you have a table that you can just move, then you can escape the sun.
Yeah, the one table that I have is, it's one of these foldable tables from Decathlon, which is like, from size wise, it's pretty okay because it's like perfect for a 500-piece puzzle, and it kind of also prepares you for the World Jigsaw Puzzle Championships. I think it's kind of similar in size in what we're going to have there. And yes, the only thing about it is that it's a little bit wobbly, and somehow the height is just not ideal. So you can't really stand up because it's going to break your back. And then when you're sitting, it's somehow weirdly low, or not like, yeah, not the most comfortable. But it works if you have to move.
So here on the screen together with Jessie, we also have Johanna from Finland, Yuka from Finland, Karel from the Netherlands, Carolina from the Ukraine, and Katrin from Switzerland. And what I notice is that Karel appears very tall and has to bend down a lot to the table. That looks like after a while it will be sore for the back. But he has a lot of space. He's got a giant table and is making the most of it.
It is actually a pretty challenging thing for anyone who has to bend down a lot. Like, that's one thing that I have been battling with a lot as well, the back pain of like bending down. So it is something that, yeah, either someone has to train for or find out like some sort of way to make it stop.
And here, while we have just Carol on the screen, we can see building little islands of details. I think he's going for the caravans. Got some wheels and some doors separated. There's also like a little paddling pool in the middle, and there's a stripy, that was also a nice part of the puzzle, I have to say. There is up here, there's like red and white stripes, like an awning coming out from one of the caravans. That was also one of the pieces that stuck out, as well as the red car. Yeah. So the time is 22 minutes. I think I need to go a bit faster. Not even halfway through. Okay, Kirsty from Finland, Christina from Denmark, Laura from the UK. We have two Lauras. Okay, we have Laura from Denmark and Laura from the UK. Then we also have Laureen from France and Leah from Denmark.
It is very nice to see there is a lot of support going on in the YouTube chat. There's a lot of support going out to Finland. They seem to be very active in the chat. But yes, there's cheering going on for Annalise, Astrid, Steffi, Lena. Yes. So there's a lot of cheering coming on from the chat. It's nice to see that so many people are following.
So it looks like, yeah, it's like many are starting on the sky and pulling out parts of the caravan. Okay, so we have Lena from Germany, Madara from Latvia. Jana from Germany. So Mafong is Jana. Then we have Magda from Poland, and Maria from Slovakia, and Maria from Sweden. So yeah, lots of similar places. Everyone's making good progress.
It is I can see that most people are done with the sky already, or yeah, either the sky or some of the details are already in place. So far it's actually, just as an overview, it's hard to say who is very much ahead.
So here's Mariana. So Mariana from Portugal has taken a completely different approach. She's started from the middle. She's started from the caravans and is building out lots of people, children, details, making little islands. So that's interesting. Then we have Marie from Norway, Matilda from the Netherlands, Mandy from the Netherlands, Monica from Austria, and Mooney from Germany. And Mooney has quite a different approach. So she's basically just got single pieces all over the table. So it looks like she's picking up a piece, checking where it goes, and just placing it roughly where it belongs, even if it's not connecting to anything, or even if it's just floating. So that will be interesting to see how she gets on with that.
It is a pretty interesting approach. It might be a real challenge if you don't exactly know how big the puzzle is going to be, to like be able to tell like where exactly the pieces are going to be. But it is also a pretty good strategy if you manage to just like connect these islands as you are finding the pieces. So it is interesting to see the progress there.
I'm going to leave Mariana for a bit longer on there. I'm afraid that by the time I get to the end of the alphabetical list, that somebody's already finished. Okay, here we have Nana from Denmark, Natalie from Germany, Nina from Denmark, Olivia from Poland, and Quinta from the Netherlands. So Quinta's got a nice section. She's got the sky done, and it's connected to an island of caravans. So it's always nice to see a big block there. So kind of similar to Mariana, except Mariana has done more of the lower section.
Well, more of the side and the middle. And then here we see more of just the caravans and the specific details.
I'm going to leave Quinta on a bit longer. So here's Rika, who's helped me out with four times now.
And with Rika, I also have a special connection because we're going to be on the same team at the in Spain. So it's pretty exciting.
So who else is on your team?
A girl from Germany, but she's actually Guatemalan, and then a girl from actually Germany. So we have 4 nationalities. Our team is going to be the global peacekeepers.
Oh, very nice. So Rika told me that she's taking the long way to Valladolid. So instead of flying there, she's actually taking a train trip and doing some travel along the way, some sightseeing. So that sounds very nice.
Well, that must be a really, really cool trip. I was also considering taking the train because I also like avoid flying when I can, but like I just don't have that much time at the moment. I have used up so many of my holidays, I can't travel that long. But it is going to be pretty exciting.
So here we have Rowan from the Netherlands, also got quite some blocks connected. Then we have Sabrina from sorry, I had 4 pages today of names. So apologies if it takes me a bit longer to find your name.
She's from Denmark.
Sabina, yeah, exactly, from Denmark. And then we have Sarah from Sweden. So it looks like Mariana's a bit further ahead than Quint. I'm going to leave Mariana on there. So we have Siobhan from Ireland, Smaranda from Romania, or from the Netherlands. Sorry, I can't find Smaranda at the moment, but she's participated in a few already. We have Stephanie from Austria, and Steffi from Germany, and Susanna from Germany. Okay. Good. So just received a message from Ingrid that Tobias has half of it done. So let's get Tobias on here.
Yeah, we can see some pretty good progress being done already by some puzzlers.
Oh, wow, yes. Tobias has done 2/3, yeah, over half of it done. He hasn't done the sky. Now he's filling in the gaps. Yeah, so in between the gaps, there's grass, a lot of grass.
Yeah, that is pretty impressive progress already.
So joining Tobias on screen, we have Tanya from Germany, Tekla from Hungary over at Vicky's studio, Global Portrait Project, that's James from the UK, and then we have Ulla from Estonia.
Yes, with Tekla as well, we have been to the same competition in Hungary. We have actually competed together in teams, and that was quite fun. Yeah, we have met a couple of times already. She is a pretty strong puzzler, and she's been also getting pretty fast recently, from what I have seen. So she's been doing pretty well.
Yeah, she's a very formidable pair together with Vicky.
Yes, they are. At the Hungarian competition, they got second place in pairs in the end, which was a pretty impressive result.
So we're almost at the end. We have Uta from Germany, Verena from Austria, and Veronica from Germany. Now, last week, Veronica with her partner Magdalena came second in pairs. And yeah, we have Uta from Germany and Victor from Poland. So far, I haven't seen anyone doing the wrong puzzle. That was my fear, that having this double package. I mean, I dismissed it straight away when I saw there were 2 puzzles in there, but then I just kept coming back to it because I was like, I loved the quality of the puzzle, and then I thought, why not? Yeah, so that what are we going to do with the second puzzle? I thought since like almost 80 of you have this second puzzle, we should do like a summer challenge. So because I know you're all going to speed puzzle it as well. We're going to make up a Google form, and you can, yeah, speed puzzle it and put in your times, and then we'll see at the end of summer how everybody went.
That does sound like a pretty good idea. I'm going to have to order this puzzle.
Yeah, so I have a lot of these puzzles. So yeah, I have a lot of this puzzle, camping and caravaning, and I also have a lot of polygon lions. So when we release the next mystery puzzles, probably next week, please keep in mind we also have plenty of those in stock to yeah, keep those challenges going on in the summer leading up to the Worlds.
Are you going to have some of those puzzles in Trier, for example? Would it be possible to like have them there?
I can, you mean like to reserve one for you that you pick it up when you come to Trier?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, so I was also thinking of having that as an option, that if some people wanted to, yeah, order, if people are ordering puzzles like in August, that if they're coming to Trier, they can also just pick them up in Trier if they want, if it's not urgent. Or yeah, somebody also asked me who's flying. They said instead of them carrying their puzzles home as luggage, could we just send the puzzles back to them? So I said that would also be no problem. So the last person alphabetically is Zana with a Z from Latvia. So now I'm going to try and figure out who's ahead. So I'm going to check in on Andrea and Chiara.
Tobias seems to be very far ahead.
So here are some of our speedsters. Right now we've got Mariana, Tobias, Andrea, Astrid, Chiara, and Danica on the screen. But it looks like Andrea only has like filling in the gaps of the grass and sky to do.
Yes, and we have just passed the 35-minute mark, so it is possible that we might see some people completing it in under 40 still. It might still be doable.
Based on the number of pieces, I would say that Tobias is ahead. Looks like he's got about 30 pieces. Maybe Andrea has about 40, 50 pieces, since she still has the block of sky to do.
Yes. Mariana might be somewhere around there as well. It's harder to tell because she has some of the pieces in piles and she doesn't have the sky, which is going to still be maybe a little bit tricky. Chiara seems to be very organized in the meantime, compared.
So I just turned my head sideways to look at Emilia Korhonen's puzzle. So it looks like Emilia Korhonen is going very systematically from the top towards the middle. I was just trying to see if there are any gaps in the bushes at the top there, or if she had filled them in, but I do see a big gap in the lower section. So Ellen also doing well.
Hanna Lehikoinen also seems to be doing pretty well from what I can see.
Just checking with who's got the least amount of pieces on the table. Right now it's be Tobias, then Andrea, then Mariana.
In the meantime, in the YouTube chat, there are some people asking how specific people are doing. We might take a look at them if we still have a little bit of time. One is Quinta Kempelar, and the other is Inga.
Yeah, Inga is on the screen now. I'll pull up Quinta.
Inga is actually also doing pretty well from what I can see now.
Yeah, Inga doesn't have so many pieces left. Maybe like 30 to 40 pieces of grass left. But Tobias has the least number of pieces. Andrea is coming up very closely behind. Tobias is very slow and intentional with his moves, and Andrea's hands are like kind of flicking around. So
it seems like she's more doing the trial and error very, very rapidly, and Tobias is more going for the certain hit. Inga still has a lot of green left. Andrea is coming up very close.
So, Tobias, just a handful left.
Now it's turning exciting. We might not have an under 40, but it might still be doable. We're very, very close.
5 seconds. Go, Tobias. Yeah.
Almost.
Let's see. Well done, Tobias. I think you got there like just on the 40 minutes. Wow. Okay. So
Congratulations.
well done. And so now it looks like Andrea is fighting for second, but it could be Inga. And
It is very, very close at the moment.
Andrea like 12 pieces, Inga 20 pieces.
Yes, people are cheering very much in the YouTube comment section. It was an incredible time, the sub 40. So the congratulations are flowing in. And then Andrea might only have like 10 pieces left, maybe a little bit less, hard to see. Her hands are super fast.
Second place goes to Andrea from the US. So congratulations.
Congratulations.
So that time was 1 minute after Tobias. And looks like Inga is going for third. Just trying to see if anybody else is close. Everybody else has a lot more pieces on the table, unless I'm missing someone.
There was a question in the chat whether Tobias is going to the World, and from what I can see from our list, yes, he is. But we will be able to talk about that with him very soon, as far as I know.
Yeah, so just a quick note, just because we have so many people in the meeting today, I do request that the top 3 finishers, if you could stick around, and also the couple of people who I wrote to today to arrange an interview with, if you could also stick around when you're finished. But everybody else, when you're done, you could just write a message that you're leaving, and then hop over to the YouTube to listen to the continue listening to the live stream, just so that we don't have so many accounts and so many people to follow. So I don't want to kick anyone out. You're all welcome. I want you to stick around, but if you could just do it over on YouTube, just to make things easier for Ingrid in the background, that would be great. And congratulations to Inga, third place once again, this time at 2 minutes after Andrea. So first place Tobias, second Andrea, and third Inga.
Yes, congratulations.
So I think that's the 4th time that Inga has got third place. But she does very well with the busy puzzle, so I'm not surprised that she's on the podium tonight.
We can now see a lot of people closing in. There's I think from what I can see from the overview, there's a lot of people now like placing the last 20, 30 pieces, maybe, from what I can see from here.
Yeah, so Mariana has about 40 pieces, Katrin maybe 50, Danica maybe 30, Chiara 50, Emilia Korhonen more, Hannah maybe 30.
She basically only has the sky left and those trees in the top. In the meantime, Astrid is also doing pretty well from what I can see of the overview. He has a lot of green left, but the majority of the image is also done there.
So maybe 30 pieces out for Astrid. And Emilia Lieberman, maybe 30 to 40 pieces.
Emilia's setup always looks so comfortable. Whenever you look at it, it's like very good height, and also it's like a good space to work with.
I think I would find the cupboards a bit annoying. They're kind of at forehead height, but she kind of just glides left and right, so she's never kind of leaning over so much that you would hit her head into the cupboards. But I'm always admired how clean Amelia's kitchen is. Rowan has sneaked in. Oh, where are you?
Oh, wow. Congratulations.
So Rowan from the Netherlands. Let's just check. Oh, there you are. Oh, that's the second time I've missed Rowan. Sorry about that, but I get your... Next time I'm going to keep a closer eye on you. So fourth place is Rowan from the Netherlands. And let's check on Victor. So Victor is also very close, less than 20 pieces.
There is a question of how Ellen is doing. Chiara is also slowly closing in. She has maybe about 20 pieces left.
So Ellen maybe about 30 pieces. Sorry, who did you just say?
Chiara.
Chiara. So we're up for fifth place. It could be Danica, it could be Victor, it could be Hannah, it could be Astrid. Everyone's just got like
Just
10,
a very few pieces left.
like, yeah, less than 15 pieces left.
Yeah, Danica and Victor are very, very close to each other. And they're working on almost exactly the same parts, with some tiny differences.
Oh, and Danica sneaked in like 1 second before Hannah. So
yes,
fourth was Rowan, fifth was Danica, and sixth was Hannah. That's going to be really interesting to see the times. And now it's Victor, to see the times on the seconds. Like that was maybe within 20 seconds of each other. So Netherlands is very strong tonight. Victor is done. So someone asked to see Magda. Yes, I'm trying to find like the magic number of...
Astrid is almost done. And done.
Well done, Astrid. So I'm losing track now. I'm just going to put some random people on the screen. Let's see how Rika's doing and Quinta. Oh, Quinta's moments away. Last 5 pieces. Kiara, 10 pieces.
And Mariana is done.
And Mariana.
Congratulations.
Quinta is done.
And we have our top 10, if I counted correctly. I think Quinta is number 10. So we've got Tobias, then Andrea, then Inge, Rowan, Danica, Anna, Victor, Astrid, Mariana, Quinta, and Chiara is done. Congratulations, everyone.
All right. So unfortunately, Hannah had a bad internet connection at the beginning of it, so she needed some tech help from her husband, but it looks like that didn't set her back too much. Well done, Hannah. So I think it's time now to have a chat with Tobias. So I'm going to hand the questions over to Frushi, because there's so much happening. I have to keep an eye on the rest of the screen. So
yeah, sure.
Then go ahead, Frushi.
Yeah, so Tobias, I actually can't see you at the moment. But yes, basically we can go ahead with the first question that you have already received in the chat. Are you going to Spain?
Yes, I am, of course.
And yes, congratulations, obviously. How
Thank
did you
you.
find the puzzle?
Finally, a nice, busy puzzle, because that's my favorites.
So you're more the busy puzzle preference person.
Exactly, I like those. And this was a very nice picture as well.
And what was your strategy? Because, yeah, we have only seen like snippets of it.
Yeah, I didn't start with sky. I started with the frame, and then I just started picking up like the red pieces, and then the people, and then the other stuff, the caravans and the cars and the toys and all that. And then I went for the sky quite late, together with all the greens at the very end.
Yes, it was pretty exciting to watch in the end. It did seem like the way you were finishing the puzzle, you're not the type who starts like throwing pieces and then just trying everywhere, but you seemed a little bit more methodic in that you're more like directly placing. Did we see that correctly?
Well, I don't know. I try at least, but it's hard. And then when you're shaking and it's very close.
Yeah, it was pretty exciting to watch. And have you done this type of puzzle before? I mean, the brand Falcon?
I tried it just this afternoon, just as a practice puzzle, another one. But I mostly stick to Ravensburger.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm looking if there's still any other questions for you in the end. There's a lot of congratulations to you and happy emojis.
I have a question for Tobias. So we see that this sport is dominated by women. Do you have an idea why there's not that many men interested in speed puzzling?
No,
Or why it's more popular with women?
There are still men at the very top, so it's not any skill related. But it's just, I think it's that many women have it as a hobby. I used to like video games and computer games. I come from that kind of hobby, but this is just like a continuation of that, I think. But it's still a challenge regardless.
because I find that with board games, I like my husband. He's not interested in puzzles at all, but he loves board games and the strategy and like the beating part. And I can't play. I used to really enjoy board games, and now I can't. Now since I've started speed puzzling, I get really annoyed because I don't get to finish my play. At least with a puzzle, I always get to finish my puzzle, and then with the other games, it feels like my husband will just come and cut me off, and then change my strategy, and I have this feeling of disappointment. But somehow with puzzling, I just feel more satisfied.
Yeah, I can agree. Yeah. Maybe it's just a personality type that's drawn to this kind of hobby.
In the meantime, I would also compare it a little bit to chess, where like that's also like a male-dominated sport.
Yeah.
So like speed puzzling is still pretty young as a sport. It might still happen that like more and more men turn to it. I actually also like used to play a lot of board games, but then switched back to puzzles when like, the people around me didn't really have any interest in board games. It is actually interesting. A good question.
All right, well, congratulations, Tobias. So yeah, number 1 today. That's an excellent result, because you've been third with pairs. Is that correct?
Yeah, exactly.
So first time on top. So
Yeah.
and in our biggest competition. So first out of 78. Amazing result.
Thank you.
All right. So enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you.
Bye.
So we have a few more finishes. After Quinta was Chiara, then Ellen, Fenna, Katrin, Elodie, and Steffi. And Tekla, done. Last moment.
And Tekla is also done. Congratulations. Yes, and then Astrid was asking in the chat if Tobias was just above 40 or just below. I think he was just below in the end. Correct?
Well, the last time I looked at the clock, it was like 54 seconds or 56 seconds. So I don't know at what moment it was placed, but we'll...
Yeah, so it was very, very close.
we can watch the replays and like do frame by frame to see at which moment.
Yes, Amelia is closing in. She's getting a lot of pieces. Charlotte is also very, very close. Maybe just 10 pieces left. Or even less.
I'm going to check on his... Charlotte is done.
Charlotte is done.
And Sarah Christensen. Oh, we missed Sarah. There we go. Sarah's the sister of Tobias. There we go. So the time is 57 minutes. So I was finishing like a minute ago on this one. Then we have Rika is done, and Olivia.
We will probably still have a couple of people finishing before the 1 hour mark. Yeah, someone is very happy about the duchies in the top 10 taking over. Amelia is very close.
So yeah, so maybe now is a good moment to bring in Andrea. Andrea Peng.
There.
Wow, second place. So congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, so yeah, tell us about your experience tonight and how you're finding the puzzle. Are you familiar with this brand?
I have never done this brand before. It reminded me of Gibson's, I think. I've done some Gibson's, which I love. But this is the type of image that's my favorite image. So I think, yeah, it just is really fun to do an image like this that's super busy. Relative to other puzzlers, I'm not a fan of gradients or like rainbow puzzles that require a lot of sorting. So I really, really enjoyed this one, and I'm excited to have another one to do later today in the box. So
Oh yes, yes, of course. We have the second in the box too.
Yeah, in that sense, this puzzle is pretty good because you can immediately jump onto the next one since you already have the momentum.
yeah, I really I mean, I've seen this brand before, but they're not readily sold in the United States, I don't think, or I don't see them at toy stores or puzzle stores. So it's fun to get a full brand, and just the last one was really super cool too, to have that, because I've worked at DOS Puzzle Collective before, but definitely hadn't seen that one, and I'd only ordered a couple very expensive puzzles from Germany during the pandemic. So it's fun to get a chance to just try them and be surprised when you open them up. So so that's good. I wish I had my camera on my whole image. I didn't realize that I didn't you couldn't see the entire puzzle because of the way I had my camera set up. So I wish I could go and watch it a little more. But
yeah. Would you mind telling us how you got started with speed puzzling and how you learned about it?
yeah, I've always done a lot of puzzles as a kid. That's what I would get for, Christmases and birthdays. So I've done a lot of puzzles, and just like most people here, everyone says, "Oh, you're so fast." And I typically finish a puzzle in one sitting. I didn't know about speed puzzling until the spring of 23. I moved to San Francisco and met some people that were talking about speed puzzling, and I'd gone to one puzzle competition at a bar where you got a puzzle and a couple glasses of wine, and through that I met all these people who were going to the world competition, and I really kind of wanted to go, but I didn't have a partner and wasn't really sure if I could make it work this year. I thought I would go next year, but my daughter, who was a senior in high school, so she was finishing up, is also a strong puzzler, and she convinced me that her senior year she could take time off. We should just go and have a mother-daughter trip. So we went, and that was our first in-person competition that wasn't at a bar. So we had a lot of fun and met a lot of people, and now I'm obsessed, and I do every competition I can reasonably find. So
It's amazing that you've made such a fast development. If you only learned about this in spring last year, and then at the World you came fourth, that's an incredibly fast development.
yeah, I still think that was a fluke. So we'll see what happens. I've done well that I think some of these competitions have images that really play to my strengths. So I would say a busy image like the one today, or photography, are probably my two strongest images, whereas gradients or kind of puzzles where it might benefit to sort a lot, I don't like to sort. So I think I just have gotten lucky at some of these bigger competitions with the puzzles that I've gotten. So I don't know.
Yeah, well, puzzling with wine, that sounds fun. Speed puzzling with wine. I haven't had that yet. I know that there are some lots of speed puzzling competitions with beer at beer craft breweries and stuff, but I don't think that's made it over to Europe yet.
I do that regularly at home, to be honest. Most of the time I get to puzzle in the evenings after work, and that usually comes with a glass of wine as well. So it is quite fun, but I have never puzzled in a bar. I have heard of pub quizzes and board game pubs and stuff like that, but not puzzle competitions in bar before.
Usually the light's not very good in a bar to see a puzzle, so it's not always the fastest.
Yeah, I can imagine that could be a challenge. And then how many competitions do you get to go to? Like you were saying, reasonably go to, because you're obsessed.
Well, this summer, so in the United States, there's kind of a regional competition. So either for the larger states like California or like a certain part of the country. And so I have 3 daughters who are 18, 20, and 21. And so I went to the 2 regions where my daughters lived. And so I competed in a competition in Ohio, which is a state in the US, and Washington. And so I did go to a couple more in-person competitions for fun. So now I can say I did competitions with all my kids. But it's a lot of online competitions through the US, speedpuzzling.com, that is usually like 2 or 3 a month, but I usually try to do 1 or 2 with a partner to kind of practice for that too. So I probably do with this here, maybe 4 or 5 a month.
That is quite a good number. It's also good that there's so many competitions available.
Yeah. I know the US ones are open because like Kesha and James compete and some other people, but I think the struggle is the time difference and how it works. Although those you can pre-record if you want, I guess, but that misses some of the fun to be online with everybody.
Yeah, it does add to the excitement that everyone is on at the same time.
So
And then have you seen any like big differences between American and like the European competitions, like probably just the world? Like, is there anything in like atmosphere or just the types of puzzles or anything that you see is interesting?
someone had said at the world competition, and it's only anecdotal, but the US competitors were all stronger at kind of like that busy little people puzzle. But the Europeans were much better at like an art puzzle or like the fine art or some of those images that the US people, I think, kind of not crashed on, but really slowed down. So I wonder if maybe the American images had more, like maybe it's more frequent at a store to find like collage puzzles or like mosaic puzzles or something. That's not a big set of experiences to go by, but I might think that yeah, that's the only difference I could really tell.
That is actually a pretty interesting anecdote. Now I really want to look at like the results in that sense, that there might actually be some truth to it. I don't know. I haven't heard that before, but it is something that is interesting to think about if there's anything different in that sense.
I think the US, we have a lot more random cut puzzles like the Springboks or some of those too that I can't think of many European brands that are that wonky, kind of really irregular pieces, which don't end up in competitions, but I think that's what a lot of Americans grew up with, those, you know, not square or rectangular pieces.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
No,
know.
the only one that I can think of that is in Europe is the one that is going to be used in Trier, which is the Eurographics, which has the smart cut, which is the completely wonky pieces.
Yeah.
Yeah, but otherwise, I can't think of any others that have like the very, very chaotic pieces. Treffle creates some of them, but I'm not sure how well known Treffle is in the US.
Yeah. I think a lot of Americans grew up with Springbok puzzles, and that's what most of the original competitions were, Springbok, which I like, but not for racing.
Is there a reason that you don't like them that much for being speedy?
Well, they changed manufacturers, I think, in the 80s, and so their quality isn't very good, or isn't as good anymore. So I just think they're like this puzzle I thought was super high quality, and the Ravensburgers are, you know, really consistent and sturdy, but I think the Springboks that you buy now are kind of flimsy, and I don't know.
Yes. Yeah, I can understand that. With the Ravensburger, the only thing is the dust that comes out of it.
Yeah.
And like I have heard from more and more people that a lot of like new packages or new puzzles come with missing pieces. That has happened to many people. But otherwise, yeah, the Ravensburger is pretty consistent, but especially consistent with the dust.
Yeah, well, thank you so much for chatting with
thank
us
you.
today. It's a much better, more comfortable time zone for you to chat with us than 1 a.m. in the morning after already having done a whole day of competitions.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
well,
Thank you.
yeah, we look forward to having you join us again. And yeah, great to have American puzzlers join us. And we'll see you, we'll see you online here again, but also meet you in Spain. Looking forward to that. All right,
Great.
thank you.
Thank you.
So the time is 1 hour and 9 minutes, and yeah, we've had a lot more finishes.
Yes, in the meantime, a big chunk of people have been done. And in the meantime, I can also see that most people have switched over to YouTube, where the discussion is pretty heated. Well, not heated in the sense that like there is a lot of emotions, but people are chatting about how the puzzle was. It has generally been a good experience for everyone. Emilia had a little trouble with looking at the box instead of the poster. But yes, Rika is saying it was a challenging but fun puzzle. And for her, it was lucky that she did a Falcon earlier today. And then Quinta is asking if she can see how Mandy is doing.
Yes.
Yes, in the meantime, as I'm looking at people still puzzling, there's a lot of people getting close to finishing again. There's Mandy is getting pretty close. From what I can see, she has maybe about 15, 20 pieces. Inga as well. Uta is also pretty close.
I just want to get one last look. Jessie has done with a nice camping setup. Well, enjoy your camping, Jessie and Jan. You can go back to living some of the scenes on the image. All right. So based on the number of people still connected, I would guess we're about half of the people have finished, but we're only at 1 hour and 12 minutes. So if you're still a long ways away, no problem. You've got plenty of time. Still got 48 minutes to finish this puzzle. So I just want to talk a bit about the second puzzle that we have. I'll just put one more person on the screen. Let's see. So the second puzzle is very similar, but I would say is slightly harder. So the second puzzle, camping, took me 4 minutes longer. So you can kind of, add a couple of minutes to your time between caravaning and camping. And yeah, so I was really happy with this puzzle because this was the first puzzle I ever did. So the caravaning one, where I got under an hour. So I think there might be some personal bests amongst the times. So yeah, if you're looking for some fun, easy puzzles, I know that not all of the puzzles that I have chosen have been kind of like speedy and easy puzzles. This one, I think you'll really like these ones. Maybe you'll get a personal best on this, or maybe you'll break that barrier if you're struggling to get under 2 hours or 90 minutes or an hour, whatever your time is. So Fruji, you can crack the 50-minute mark for this puzzle, get you into the 40s. I really believe that. And I also did it a second time and got an even better time. So a speedy puzzle for summer.
Now I'm getting very convinced that I'm probably going to order these ones because it does look like a fun image to complete. So, and it sounds very tempting to like break the barriers.
Yeah, what I really like about this one is that you can just, well, regardless of which puzzle it is, whether it's camping or caravaning, I really like that you can just pick up a piece and just place it roughly where it belongs. You know, there's a brown dog face, there's a white dog face, but you can just place it roughly where it belongs, even if you don't have it connected to any other pieces. And that's the same for most of the details on there. There was very few pieces, like there was only a few pieces of like grass or bushes that I tried and I just couldn't connect, and I just put them off to the side. But in general, you can just pick them up, place them roughly where they go, and just keep that flow, keep that momentum going. So I hope other people are finding that, and you're finding that they're pleased with their time. So well done, Madara. Madara was not feeling well today, so now you can head off to bed. Well, you made it through. Good effort. So I better check my notes from Ingrid, who's nearby to finishing.
Yes, someone is saying that Falcon is very good. It's the unsung hero in terms of quality. I have actually never done a Falcon puzzle, so I don't really know, but I have heard good things about it. It's good to know that it is good quality.
Yeah, so actually I didn't even approach the Falcon brand to start with. I actually was trying to order some jumbo puzzles, which is like the Over company, the Over brand. And each of the puzzles that I chose, I said, do you have this in like 70 pieces or 60 pieces? And they were like, no, we don't sell that one anymore. And they told me like no to like 5 of the puzzles that I chose. And they were all just like one box, one 500-piece puzzle in a box. But then the supplier came back and said, oh, by the way, we have these ones here. And then at first I thought, no, it's got two 500-piece puzzles in there. But I came around to the idea, and I hope that people don't mind getting a bonus puzzle.
It is a good little extra. It's actually an interesting thing that I have also been wondering about. Like, how do you approach a brand about like getting the puzzle? Like, how do you organize the puzzles for the competitions?
Usually I just order a lot, like maybe 4 or 5 from the brand, and trying to test the quality and see which puzzle works, like what kind of image, and kind of imagine how it would work in the competition. And then before I would say, oh yeah, I like this puzzle here. Do you have like X amount of pieces in stock? At the beginning, I was ordering 45 pieces, and then 50, then 60, then 70. And now it's at the point where some of the companies know me now, and now they're saying, hey, we've got like, you know, a lot of these puzzles here. Would you like them? So kind of turning it around and offering me like big batch puzzles, because ordering 60 to 70 puzzles is not a typical not typical behavior of a retailer, you could say.
Yes, it is pretty interesting in organization. And then once you get the puzzles, then comes the whole packing and distributing to everyone.
Yeah, so we had a pallet show up last week with 4 puzzles on there, and then I had another pallet a week before with another like 4 to 8 puzzles. Like I'm ordering, now that I know how long it takes to get some of the puzzles. I have to like really try and order in advance and plan things out. So yeah, the next puzzles we'll be releasing there'll be 1 more at the end of August, 5 in September, I think 4 or 5 in September, and 3 in October. And I know it seems a bit premature, since many of you have already got like a stack of mystery puzzles there, but because it's like going away holidays soon, and then I'm organizing the trio competition, and then it's the Worlds. If I kind of wait to start selling them between the trio event and the Worlds, it's going to be a bit too stressy. So yeah, and I hope that gives enough time that more people can participate, whoever wants to participate, because there's always people who miss out.
Yes, and then hopefully now everyone can have a heads up already ahead of time that there's more jigsaw jams in preparation.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what is like the magic number, because of course the more number, the higher the number of participants, the more people that get to participate, and it's a more like realistic view of how you kind of place. On the other hand, it makes it more likely that we're not going to get your finish on camera. So yeah, I mean, I know with the Google Meet, the technology allows up to 100, I think, with our current subscription, but that just sounds like way too many. But then obviously 50 or 60 is not enough, because then the solos sold out within 24 hours. So I'm slowly edging my way up into the 70s. Next week will be 73.
Yeah, I actually was one of the people who like missed out because I was too slow to buy in for this rounds of puzzles. So yeah, it is difficult to find like the right numbers so that it's like not just a limited number of people, but then in the meantime, it's impossible to handle like over 100 people unless you've got like a larger team.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how the Yukari Italian competition works out next week. I think it's the 28th on the Sunday afternoon. So there'll be a Jigsaw Jam on Sunday morning, and then I'm participating myself, yay, in the Italian competition, and that's up. Well, hang on, I haven't even received my puzzle yet.
But they do that in 2 rounds, don't they? Like there's a Saturday and a Sunday round.
Oh, that's true. So they have a maximum of 120 participants, but split up. You can choose either a Saturday or a Sunday.
Yeah, which is like logistically easier for like the people who are organizing it.
Yeah, so I feel like we're trying to respond to the demand, and that's why we continued to add more puzzles, and that's why we also added some extra jigsaw jams in when did we do that? April and May. So just keep giving me your feedback, and we'll incorporate that into the planning process. So Annalise just finished. So right now on the screen we have Carolina, Amy from the UK, Sabina, Jana, Rensberger, and Benjamin, all close to finishing, and Annalise just finished.
In the meantime, I can see that Inge is still connected. Should we talk with Inge now?
Yes, sorry,
we got a little carried away with the discussion.
All right. So, Inge, if you're still there, sorry to keep you waiting.
Hi, no, I'm still here. I actually started on the second puzzle, so I'm still having fun.
There you go. Your bonus speed puzzling practice in.
Yes, exactly.
So you just paused your timer for the moment.
Yes, obviously.
Good. Do you ever do that? Do you ever get like, how do you do that? Like when you get interrupted? Because like I have kids, so I'm always having to like, I don't think it's very rare that I ever go through like a proper speed puzzling practice without having to pause to answer the door or get some kids. Like, do you also have these interruptions, or can you usually just like focus?
I think I usually can just do my puzzle and then like in one go. Also with larger piece puzzles, but then you get more tired, and sometimes I'm just like, oh, I need to do something else, and then I'll continue later on. So sometimes I take a longer break, but then you also have some of the disadvantage because you forget like where your pieces are, and especially with these busy puzzles, sometimes it's actually a disadvantage to take a break. But no, I usually can do it just in one go. But yeah, I don't have kids yet, and that helps. I live on my own, so no distractions.
Yeah, sometimes I feel like I'm cheating if I'm like pausing and coming back to it, because then I'm like, oh, now I have like this fresh perspective, or like, you know, I've had a drink of water, I've gone to the toilet, and then I come back, and then I'm like, okay, now I'm gonna like speed puzzle. So then I'm like, oh, I'm a little bit cheating, but doing my best within the circumstances.
Yeah, I mean, when we do our teams practice, we do have sometimes a lot of interruptions because of Ellen and Eric's kids. So sometimes then we also have to pause, and then it's like, okay, don't look at the puzzle while they are handling the kids, because then we are just sitting there. It's like, okay, don't look. But that's also sometimes very hard because, yeah, puzzles are always. I mean, when there's somewhere a puzzle on the table, I'm always tempted to just to put in some pieces.
Yeah, sometimes my son comes over and he's chatting to me, and then it's like I pause it, and then while he's chatting to me, I see a piece and where it belongs, and I'm kind of like, I shouldn't be looking there. I know, because now as soon as he's like gone, I will go back and I'll put that straight in. So yeah, there is a certain willpower involved. Like, don't take advantage of that that interruption to like, oh, I see another piece. So Frigi, do you have some questions for Inga?
Well, basically the same as for everyone so far. How was the puzzle? Have you puzzled with Falcon before? Did you enjoy this kind of puzzle, the busy thing?
Yeah, so I think I've mentioned it before, like the busy images. As a Dutch person, I think I'm pretty good at them because we have a lot of busy images here. So you can also see it now with the top 10, like there were a lot of Dutchies in there. Yeah, I really liked it. I did a Falcon puzzle actually for the first time last week. But that was a very different type of image. But yeah, I really liked it. I was interested that Michelle said that it was also from Jumbo, because I feel like it's kind of different from
You mean the puzzle pieces?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's also similar, but yeah, I don't know. The feel, I guess, is a bit different. Yeah. But no, it was really fun. Yeah, that is why I already started with the next one.
Oh yeah. And then are you also going to Spain this year? Will you be participating?
Yeah.
Also in teams? If I
Yeah, we're doing
correctly?
all the categories. So pairs, teams, and individual.
Yeah, it is understandable since I'm also doing the same. Like if you're going all the way to Spain, then it's best to get like the most out of the entire experience, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. So my pairs partner is my father, and he's also in the teams, and he's like still, he only started speed puzzling this year, so he's still getting up to speed. But he was like, no, I will compete individual as well, and we'll see how far I get. But yeah, I mean, if you're there, then just try and compete, and then
That is actually a very cool thing that you are puzzling also with like family, as you're saying.
Yeah, that's true. It also helps with having many possibilities for practice. So I live a bit further away, but the rest lives in the same town. So that makes it very easy to practice together. Well, I'm not that far away, actually. I mean, compared to other countries, we.
Yeah, but the Netherlands is not that impossibly big to like not be.
No, exactly. Yeah, I don't have a car, so it takes me a bit longer than if I were to go by car. But yeah, I mean, live very close together. If I were to cycle, I would get there in an hour, so it's not that far away.
That's not that terrible then.
No, exactly.
And then, do you have any specific strategy how you're preparing for the World?
Just doing a lot of puzzles. Like one of the things I usually have when I'm doing a puzzle competition is I get very nervous and I get like very shaky. And I had the big problem with that at the Dutch Championships, which is also why I really like these Euro Jigsaw Jams, because now I finally had like an opportunity to get actually some experience with participating in competitions. because you can't really practice the adrenaline when you're just puzzling at home. So that's why I really like these. So that helps me a bit. And otherwise, yeah, just doing a lot of puzzles, and then we practice with our team every week and pairs as well. So yeah.
Yes. You mentioned the Dutch championships. How did that go for you? When was it?
I don't know, it was a couple of months ago. So and my boyfriend's already calling me the third place queen, because I always like get third place. So I get it here, but then also the Dutch championships in teams and solo individual, I both got third place. So it's just my regular spot, I guess.
Well, it's still a good spot because it's still on the podium. It's much less annoying than if you were a constant fourth. To be
Yeah, exactly. No, I'm very happy with it. And I like for these Euro Jigsaw Jams, for example, it's always different people. So that's also interesting. Sometimes I'm faster than people who beat me the time before. So it's really nice. So yeah.
It is a very cool experience, yes. Like also Michelle chooses like very different puzzles. It's always like, yeah, there are people who guess what's going to come up, but yeah, in general, the puzzles tend to be like very different from competition to competition. There's always something different, and like you were saying, there's always a very different mix of people. Also, like the number of countries that turn up is very like, yeah, there are some dominant countries, but otherwise there's like a difference in that as well.
Yeah, so I really like now that I have to do a lot of different puzzles, also different brands. Just my puzzle collection was very limited before I started doing this. Right now it's expanding very fast, but I really like getting to try all these different brands, and I think Michelle chooses very fun images. So
yeah, I agree in that. And then how long have you been in speed puzzling?
So I think we found out about the Dutch Championship in 2019. So then we started practicing for that, but we weren't really, we didn't puzzle that much. So I really accelerated my speed puzzling when we decided to go to the Worlds this year. So since last summer, I think we increased our speed puzzling practice a lot.
So do I understand correctly that this is going to be the first time you're going to the Worlds?
Yes, yeah, definitely. So I'm excited. Bit nervous maybe, but yeah.
Yeah, well, I can imagine it's going to be a huge thing. It's also like I'm also just like randomly from time to time looking at the list of people that are entered, and it's just growing and growing. It's going to be a pretty huge event by now. So that's also very, very exciting.
Yeah, it's very intimidating actually, because there's so many amazing speed puzzlers that are going there, and yeah, it will be very exciting.
It definitely will be. Also, as I am looking at the list, there's a lot of people who are going to be there, but I think it's actually more people who are not going this year. At least from the list that I have in front of me from the participants of today. Like there's actually more people who are not going to be there this year. But that's actually one. Yeah, sorry.
And that's actually pretty cool that like there's a lot of people maybe experiencing speed puzzling now for like first time with these Euro Jigsaw Jams, and like still getting into it. So that's really nice that we have so many participants even enjoying speed puzzling who are not yet going to the Worlds.
Yeah, from the way I have seen it, it is growing very, very much at the moment. I'm not sure how it is in the Netherlands. Like you have said that there were already competitions in 2019, or there at least one. But then, like, yeah, from the other countries that I have seen, it's like basically starting up like in the past 1 or 2 years that I have seen.
Yeah, it's accelerating now, because I think like the first years it was very small, so we didn't know that it existed yet. There were no preliminary rounds, and then also no rounds close to us. But right now it's like it's insane. It's accelerating so much. And this year they did the individual and pairs category for the first time, and it sold out in 15 minutes.
Wow.
There's so many people couldn't get their tickets, and now they started selling the tickets for next year. And same, the pairs category was sold out so fast.
Wow.
well, not as fast as last time, but like within hours. So that's insane. But
then-
unfortunately, in the Netherlands, you can't participate in both individual and pairs, so you have to choose.
That's actually interesting. How come?
So I think like for the people who organize the event, it's actually already quite a lot that they do, and the organizer is at every single preliminary round. So they combine now the preliminary rounds of the individual and pairs on the same day. And also for the final, I think they don't, the location space it's like limited. So to get as many people to be able to participate as possible, they decided to keep it separate. We had hoped that this year, like for the next year, would be possible, because last year they decided like only 3 months before the competition to actually include these categories. So they didn't have a lot of time. So we hope that for the next year it will be possible to compete in both, but not yet, unfortunately.
Yeah. Do you have a club in the Netherlands for puzzles, or is it just individuals organizing at the moment?
I don't think there's really a club for it. I know that Daniela Berendsen like is leading the Speed Puzzling Benelux, which is Netherlands, Belgium, and Luxembourg together. They're starting up and organizing some stuff. But otherwise, like the Dutch Championship is sponsored by JVH Puzzles, which is a store that sells Jan van Haasteren puzzles. And Jumbo, so they sponsor the event. So that's what we have, but I don't think there's really a club or something. But maybe there is, and I just don't know about it.
At one point, it will probably pop up.
Yeah, exactly.
And then how many competitions do you usually have? Just the championship, or is there also like random competitions popping up slowly?
Not that much. I think there's it's starting now that there's more people deciding to organize it, but like up and before this year, it was just the championship.
Yes, that is pretty cool though.
Yeah, so that's why I really love these competitions. So it's nice to be able to do some competitions.
Yes, I completely understand. And I think, how many people do we still have left? There's less and less people in the chat. I can notice that.
Yeah. So it says we've got 15 accounts, so that means there's probably about 10 people still left at 1 hour 36. Yeah, so
Yes.
thank you for your time, Inga, and congratulations.
Thank you
on
very
your
much.
3rd place again. We'll see you again next time.
Bye-bye.
And Monica just finished, so I'm just gonna put everyone on the screen just to get an overview on there of who's left. So we have Carolyn, Daniela, Marie, Eliska, Kirsty, and Irina.
Yes.
Okay, so
The way I see it,
looks like we have 6 people left. So we are at 1 hour and 37 minutes. So yeah, very possible that everyone will finish tonight. So
it
that
is
means
actually a
from
possibility.
70
Yes.
people have finished at 1 hour and 37. That's amazing.
Yeah, that is. It also shows that it was a good choice of puzzle in the sense that it was like a doable challenge. And it's still not that tedious. Also, everyone is doing pretty good progress still.
So unfortunately, Aurora was missing 1 piece.
There's already a question in the chat. Madara is asking, what do we do with the other puzzle? There was your idea there that there could be like a summer challenge for it.
Exactly, yeah. So tomorrow I'll try to make a post about it and we'll put it in the shop. So we need to put a Google form up there, and you can basically just speed puzzle it as you would any other puzzle. Record your time, take photos, and post it on Instagram if you like, and then we'll make results for that, because it will be like how do you say, honesty based on the first attempt. I'm not sure if I should do it based on first attempt, or if we should do a challenge that you can do it as many times as you want, and keep trying to better your time. I haven't quite figured that out. Maybe some of the people who've done both can let me know your thoughts. And because it's honesty based, there's no prizes for it, but thought that it would be fun, since so many people have this puzzle, why not?
Yes, exactly. Well, the what comes to mind is the Battle of the YouTube Puzzlers that people have been doing, where I think you have to submit it in a Google form, but I'm not entirely sure if that is your first try or your best try that you send in there. I think the best one. Or?
Yeah, so with the Battle of the YouTube Puzzlers, it's your first attempt that counts. And then there was another one, for example, the Vienna Puzzle Club. They did one where you could submit one time, but you could choose which time it was. So you could do the puzzle. So it was the Ravensburger Garden Visitors. You could do it as many times as you wanted to within the time frame, and then you just give your best time.
Yes, it depends on what you want to achieve with it. Since it's honesty based, it doesn't really matter in that sense. So like whatever requirement you put up, it's basically like just for fun anyway.
Yeah, then maybe
fun and the glory.
Maybe we should do it that you just submit your best time. That would be cool.
Yeah, in the sense that like there has been some people who have basically been trying to like do a puzzle as many times as possible to like have it done under 30 minutes, which is like pretty exciting. So yeah, that could also be a pretty hardcore challenge.
Yeah, I think because I mean, we're also seeing that with the Kitty Teacup Challenge in the UK Facebook group. Some people have got amazing times, because there was one guy, his first attempt was 1 hour 58 minutes, and he just got sub 60. So that's incredible. If you do the same puzzle multiple times, you will see improvements, and you will see like advances in development. And I think that's really satisfying to do that. And even with the Polygon Lion, my first attempt was over 2 hours, and now I just got it under 1 hour 30, so I'm at 1 hour 28. And between my first and my third attempt is more than half an hour. So now I'm like, oh, and what if I do it a fourth time? Like, like, oh
yeah.
So maybe we do it that is that what you call a speed run challenge? I'm not sure of the correct terminology, where you basically just do it as many times as you want, submit your best time, and
see how it compares.
Yeah,
it might be a speed run. I don't exactly know. With the Polygon Lion, I actually was very happy when it came up in the Battle of the YouTube Puzzlers, because I literally just 2 or 3 days before it got the puzzle for myself, because I have wanted to get it for a very long time, and I was like, yes, I can actually try it out, but it's still just on my shelf, so I haven't tried it yet.
Yeah, I saw that in your picture that that was one of like your haul, your big haul of new puzzles.
Yeah, I got a little carried away. I'm very big on like buying puzzles secondhand, and yeah, I went into a community where people were just exchanging and trying to get rid of puzzles. At the Hungarian competition, basically the way it worked is that like they set up tables, and there was one person who was responsible for the entire thing, and you had to like you could bring as many puzzles as you wanted, and you had to give that one person a list of how many puzzles you have and for how much you want to sell it. And it was basically like a market for puzzles, which was really, really cool. And obviously, as you can imagine, puzzle obsessed people being there and just looking at like 10 tables of about, I would easily say 300 puzzles listed out. That was a bit of a shopping spree.
But that's a lot for, I guess, for one person to manage to check all the payments of which puzzle belongs to which person.
It actually went pretty smoothly. The thing is, because it was there for 2 entire days, so it was not just a 1-day competition, but it span over the entire weekend, and people were like pretty like randomly just going up there. So it was never like you have 10 people lined up wanting to buy puzzles, but if like someone saw that there's a line forming, they just sat back down and started watching the competition, and then went back a little later when there were less people. So it was pretty casual in that sense.
Yeah, I'm starting to think about like which puzzles I'm sorting out for the Trier event. Part of it is a puzzle swap, and so I've identified like 16 puzzles that I can bring. So those who are coming to Trier, start sorting out your puzzles now. You don't have to bring 16, even if it's just like 1 or 2 or however many you can fit in your luggage. I think it's going to be really fun to, yeah, we have a separate room set up, and just going to be tables and just, I guess, sorted slightly by size. So less than 500 pieces. If there's anything in between 500 and 999, then 1,000 pieces, and anything above 1,000 pieces. And you just bring, and you just take as many, as you bring. So yeah, I think
that's going to be pretty exciting. I also have like a couple of puzzles already sorted that I have to get out of my house. But yeah, is it also going to be possible to like just drop them off there and not take anything?
I was thinking about that. I was thinking about I've noticed that, I guess, when I've seen some photos of puzzle swaps at American events, that sometimes they just have a free table, like no swap required. Because I have a couple of no-name puzzles. Because when I first started puzzling like a few years ago, I just bought like the cheap brands at Aldi. Like if they had like at Christmas, they always have some puzzles, and I didn't even know the quality. I didn't know the difference. I didn't even know Ravensburger was the best in quality, or Schmidt, until I started speed puzzling. So yeah, I have some of those that I would like to give away, but because I know they secondhand value is probably around €1 or €2, I'm happy just to drop them off and someone to take them if they want them.
Yeah, what I'm mostly afraid of is that there are some puzzles that I have, for example, that I know nobody would take. So like, yeah.
But it's all beauty is in the eye of the beholder, like I have a puzzle, a 1,500 piece puzzle, and it's got 4 pieces missing, and I've done it and I'm never going to do it again, but maybe somebody would be happy to do that puzzle. So that one I would consider just putting in the free pile. If someone wants to do a 1,500 piece puzzle and is aware there's 4 pieces missing, they're welcome to take it, and don't I need to give anything in return.
In the meantime, congratulations to Marie, who got done with the puzzle. Yay! Yes.
So it looks like Marie's laptop is on a bunk bed at her accommodation. Actually, a nice overhead view. So we've got 13 minutes left, and it looks like Carolyn is going to finish, and also Kirsty, or Daniela. Yes, you can do this, Daniela. Very close. And then we have Aliska and Arina a bit further behind, but still very possible.
It's still completely possible, yes. And then how is the organization with Trier going?
Step by step. So, I mean, it's just my husband and myself who are doing the organization of it. And yeah, so there's a lot of things that I know have still not done. So if you're wondering why there's no participant list, or certain schedules, things haven't been published like that, don't worry, it's all coming. I'm just basically every day I'm just doing today what is the most important thing today. Today it was tonight's competition. Maybe tomorrow I'll have some time. I'm going to start putting together the participant list. And yeah, if you're coming, think of a team name. So half of the teams have given names, and I think that's part of the fun part, is making up random names, especially if you're meeting random people, if you're puzzling with random people you've never met before.
Oh yeah, the thing is, we're still looking for a 4th team member, so we're still in the progress of looking for somebody. So yeah, the name is still going to be coming. But like, yeah, my strategy for coming up with names usually is just like you take a random movie title and you swap a word for puzzle. I'm not very good at coming up with like original catchy things. So that's my go-to strategy.
It looks like you're puzzling, Fruzy. You've got Eliska's lower half of her body, and her hands are moving, and it looks like you're puzzling.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know how to change that. I can't change the direction. I just wanted to mention that. So in the comments on YouTube, Benjamin is actually in the US at the moment visiting family, and good on you, Benjamin, for bringing the heaviest and largest puzzle over. That's commitment. Should have used next week's puzzle because that one's the smallest puzzle we've had so far.
Yes, there is actually so much discussion going on in the chat. Someone was also saying that the swap table at the US Nationals was like heaven. Every time I looked at it, there were new puzzles people had left. Yeah.
Waisaki's. What's a Waisaki? Is that a wooden brand? I've never heard of that.
I have also never heard of that one.
Oh, Daniela is so close, and her son is there to support her. Last 3 pieces.
Charles Wysotsky puzzles. It, from what I can see, it belongs to Buffalo Games, and it's like art puzzles. Now, Charles Wysotsky is, it seems like an illustrator or artist.
Congratulations, Danny.
Congratulations.
Just want to give a shout out to Danny. So she made a package of 5 puzzles, so like a travel puzzle package for the speed puzzling community, and I was the first recipient, and yeah, I've done all 5 of them, and I'm waiting for the next person to hand them over, who's actually going to be in Trier. So I'm actually going to pass it over to them at the Trier event, and I want to do the archaeologist desk one more time because I enjoyed it so much. That was my favorite. So yeah, thanks again, Danny. That was really kind, and I'm happy to like pass it on and to see how it travels around Germany.
I have actually also had the puzzle hiking package like in my notes that I wanted to ask about because I saw that it started with you, and then I wanted to know like where it ended up, but then apparently it's still going to only change hands in Trier.
Do you have a moment to chat, Daniela, or do you have some a noisy background? Looks like someone's watching TV in the background. Okay. Okay. So Danny says that her English is not so good. That's okay. Well, anyway, thanks for your contribution to the speed puzzling community, and I'm going to send it on with love to the next speed puzzlers in Germany. So thank you for that.
What puzzles are in the package, actually? You mentioned the archaeologist.
The box is over there. I can show you.
Yeah, show us, yes. And in the meantime, since we were talking about Trier and the organization and everything, I wanted to ask, do we already know what... You haven't heard me. I just thought of another question about Trier, which has been like on my mind recently. Do we already know what puzzle is going to be for the individual? What brand?
Yes. So sorry, that's also something on my list. We are having Cherry Patsy puzzles for individual and solo.
Oh, good.
So Cherry Patsy is a Polish brand.
And those are great puzzles. That's a good collection.
I thought this was going to be really hard. I was surprised. I thought I would really struggle to get this under 90 minutes, and I was pleasantly surprised. Yeah, and they're all from different years. Like this one here is from 2013. Oh yeah, time update. We've got 7 minutes left. 6.5 minutes left. This one's from 2010. and I never want to do this puzzle again. This was so hard.
It is actually so funny. There's like a big obsession in Germany with the Cellini puzzles. Like
And
they are insanely popular, and I
I
can
have
sometimes
no idea. I have no idea. I don't know. Like, to me, they look like gummy bears. So
I know. I also don't understand it. And also, like some of these Cellini puzzles go for insane prices in secondhand groups.
although we have a collector's item there from Jillian.
Probably.
And I've been looking at this one so long. Like, this is so my type of puzzle. Like, when I saw that at the Worlds, yeah, I thought that would be perfect for me. But I can't try every single puzzle that I have in my shop. So I'm glad that I finally got to try that one. Actually, I'll put that one on top because that will be. I'll do that again before I pass it on. But yeah, that was really funny. Like Cellini's, 2 Cellini's, 3 of them with heart balloons with a lot of sky. But it was fun. I hadn't seen these puzzles before, the 4 others, and yeah, it was so much fun. I think it's such a great idea to just share that puzzle love and pass it on. So
It is a very good idea, yes.
yes. So if there's a German there, can you tell us what's so special about Cellini? What is it? I have no idea. Is it a cartoon? Is it, I don't know, something like Mickey Mouse? Is it something you eat? Was it a snack? I don't know, because they look like gummy bears.
Yes, we have to find out why they are so popular.
Yeah, I first saw them with Katy Reiner. She posted that she was doing like a 5,000 piece puzzle. But there was like a lot of them, like all throughout a house, in all different colors.
Yes, I have also seen it with Kathy, and the other thing is that I'm in some of these secondhand puzzle Facebook groups, and there's always some for sale, and they go in like seconds. So like if someone posts a Cellini puzzle for sale, that gets sold very, very quickly. So it's for some reason very, very popular.
Well, Danny just wrote that it's only from puzzles, so maybe it was just a puzzle theme that someone made up.
At one point we will figure it out.
Just going to check if there's some artist on there. Oh, Cellini is an exclusive license of Empire Merchandising Corporation Darmstadt. Cellini ist eine exklusive Lizenz der Empire Merchandising GmbH. So there you go. It's just a German, what do you say?
Label.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, but it is kind of a mystery to me as well. Like I have never completed a Cellini puzzle.
So we have 3 minutes left, and Eliska, Kirsty, and Irina. This is
Kirsty
your
might
last chance.
still finish.
Oh, Kirsty's so close.
Kirsty is very, very close.
And then Eliska's not far behind. Just got grass left.
Yes.
And
Irina is actually also not that very far. She just has like more like holes in the puzzle, but it's also not that many pieces missing.
yeah, so Benjamin's going to bring a suitcase of puzzles home from the US.
I'm also trying to read the comments in the meantime if there were still any questions that came up. But yes, the response is Vysotsky is an artist. Buffalo and Schmidt license his art.
Oh, Wysocki is an artist. Okay.
Yeah. I did look at a couple of the images. They are beautiful. So it is pretty incredible. I just wonder if it's possible to get them in Europe. Yeah, and then Iris is from Germany, and she also knows the Gelini from puzzles and nothing else.
Well, then I'm surprised that they didn't make them into like teddy bears or like t-shirts or something else. Like it's funny that they would create a product that's only yeah, shown in puzzles. That's very interesting. I've never heard of that before.
Well, if it's so much of a niche, like, yeah, if it's for puzzlers very, very popular, then it might be that like if someone is like very much only into puzzles, they might not buy like plush toys or anything, because it's like it can't really be sold to children in that sense, because like children's not going to be that much into the puzzle. It is weird,
So
you know, right?
30 seconds. Oh, Kirsty, gonna make it. Oh,
Yeah. And done.
yes, with 15 seconds to spare. Kirsty, yay.
Congratulations. Yes, very happy.
Well done. So 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, stop. All right. Thank you very much. So close, Liska and Irina at the 2-hour mark, so you can go ahead and count the leftover pieces. Oh, there's Kirsty's dog, yay!
Yay! Is he a beagle? Did I see correctly? I think so. Yeah, so we're basically just counting the leftover pieces. And in the meantime, I see that Schmidt-Wysotsky puzzles are all 1,000 pieces, but they are available here in Europe. So that's pretty cool. I might actually look for some. I actually surprisingly only recently tried Schmidt puzzles. Like I never bought the brand for some reason until recently. And then now I like the brand very, very much. So I might look into it. Thank you.
Great, so Aliska has submitted her leftover pieces and Irina as well. That's great. Well, thanks so much, everyone. We managed to have such a big competition and it went really smoothly. So thanks to everyone who followed over on YouTube and made it a bit easier on the other side. Yeah, Ingrid, are you there?
Oh, yes, I am here.
So how'd you go
It was
tonight?
it was a little bit hard. Like there were so many, and I am so sad I missed some of them, but yeah, it was too many.
No, I think we got most of them. Yeah, it's especially hard, I guess, also with your first time, but you're also helping me out again in a few weeks. So then you can build on that experience. And I think we won't have as many people at that time. So what did you enjoy about tonight?
It was pretty fun to actually see how people puzzle, because in some of the moments someone was really far, and then others were like coming from back and also made it in the front. So it's very interesting, and also seeing a lot of strategies, because you got to see all the strategies, like looking to everyone to see how far they are with a puzzle. You can see all the strategies like to how everyone is puzzling. So yeah, that's very, very fun and interesting, and yeah, I really enjoy it.
Yeah, I guess it's very different to when you're competing, because then you're only focusing on yourself, but this time you see what everybody else is doing and how they
Yeah,
approach it.
it's pretty different and interesting and fun. Actually, I had a lot of fun.
Yeah, and how was
But
your... Yeah, go ahead.
I always like to watch the live stream and do some puzzles if I'm not participating. So that's I really love them.
Mm. And Frucy, how was your first time commentating tonight?
I had a really good time. Like I enjoy talking in general, and especially if I can talk about puzzles or one of my hobbies, that's an extra joy. So it was a really good experience, like also watching everyone, because like Ingrid was saying as well, if you're participating, you can't watch others, or you don't really see apart from your own little work. So that's also pretty exciting to like actually look and yeah, see everyone's strategies and how they are doing. So it was really interesting to see.
Mm. Yeah, no, it's been really great to have you on board. And yeah, so when we release the next batch of puzzles, that means I also need a lot more helpers for the next dates. So I've already had a couple of volunteers. So if it's something that a participant or a viewer, if that's something that you think that you would have fun doing, helping out behind the scenes or in front of the camera and speaking, send me a message with like the dates that you could potentially participate in. And yeah, I think it's a really fun way to kind of get to know the community a bit more with the interviews and helping each other. It's yeah, I'm really enjoying this aspect of not working alone. Yes, so thank you so much for your help tonight, Ingrid and Frigi. And yeah, thanks everyone for your comments on YouTube and all the participants. And yeah, we'll see. The next one is on Sunday morning at 10 a.m. And yeah, looking forward to it.
Thank you very much. Have a good evening.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.